Now it's 2008, and it's time for the beginning of a 40-year period of Democratic dominance. The definitive victory of President Obama this year, which included Indiana, North Carolina, Nevada, New Mexico, and a variety of previously purple states, and the sheer tide of electoral votes and congressional seats Democrats won this year, should silence even the most reality-averse of critics. From the sheer incompetence of the Bush administration to the poisoning of the Republican Party brand among Americans, to the demographic disadvantage conservatives face, all signs suggest that 2008 will be the first of many victories for the Democrats. This isn't to say Democrats will win every election for the next 40 years. In eras of party dominance, parties will still lose elections, both congressional and a periodic presidential. I keep a running list of the moments that toppled the Republican majority. It's quite possible the point at which this age ended was when the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court seemed on the verge of tears when he had to make Exxon pay. Another contender. An event that happened that spring was the day that Bush's liaison to religious groups resigned from the administration for multiple acts of egregious plagiarism. I'd also nominate the February 2008 date when the public found out that ExxonMobil was earning record profits while Americans were paying record-high gas prices. As consumers were paying $4 a gallon last year, putting off vacations and changing their spending habits to adjust to rising gas prices, Exxon made $12 billion in a single quarter, more than any company in U.S. history until that point. In December 2008, Exxon reported third-quarter profits of nearly $15 billion, dwarfing their previous two record-setting quarters. Not even John McCain could save the GOP. The Republicans nominated John McCain despite themselves. Let's give John McCain his due. McCain really is a patriot. Watch the footage of him from the POW camp in Hanoi. I cried. McCain had a chance to leave the prison camp early, and he refused to do it. McCain is a man of remarkable courage, and I have no reason to think he's not deeply patriotic. Sarah Palin is another story. Of the contenders for the Republican nomination, McCain may have been the furthest from being a Bush Republican per se, if not the maverick he claimed. But McCain's campaign was doomed from the start. The obvious is sometimes the real answer. Someone asked Ray Charles, "What's the worst part about being blind?" He somewhat famously responded, "Not being able to see." In 2008, candidates for the Republican presidential nomination faced two truisms. The first was that no one could get the Republican nomination by being anti-Bush. The second was that no candidate who was close to George W. Bush could win the general election. McCain got caught in between. McCain didn't help matters by his Hail Marys to the far right, the most memorable of which was a previously little-known first-term governor from the state of Alaska. The question McCain repeatedly failed to answer was this: does he understand what's going on in the world around him? In a newly diverse, newly democratic political landscape, McCain was violently out of touch, clinging to a set of policies and ideas that, not unlike the senator, were well past their prime. Republicans never let go of their low-wage, no-regulation economic platform, even floating as a possible Secretary of the Treasury, Phil Gramm, architect of the deregulation of the banking and lending industry, as the politics Gramm put into place set the stock markets tumbling around Americans' ears. It's a new world. For example, the economic crisis last summer and the bailout marked the end of unregulated markets. Everyone in the world knows